Hey YouTube, my name is Archmage and this is Dead by Daylight. Today we are taking a look at Behaviour Interactive's new IP, Dead by Daylight. This game just released last Tuesday, June 14th. Those of you who like the horror genre of video games and visual media will fall right into this game. Dead by Daylight plays as a 1v4 killer versus survivors. It reminds me a bit of Evolve. You remember that game? It was on all the major systems and PC. You played a monster or 4 killers? No? Okay, I guess I'm the only one. Anyway, in this game you can choose to play one of 3 murderers and any of 4 survivors. The killer hunts down the survivors, trying to catch them and throw them on a hook in order to sacrifice them to the Elder God. While the survivors attempt to repair the generators and without alerting the killer to power the 2 escape routes. Now that the general basis of the game is covered, let's talk about the pros and cons. Unlike my last review, from now on I'll start with the cons and then talk about the pros. One of the largest cons is the matchmaking system. There are 2 different types of matchmaking. The quick matches, which put you with 4 strangers in a random killer, and the kill your friends mode, where you join up with your friends. This doesn't seem so bad, but because of how the balancing is done in the game, you almost need all 4 survivors in order to have a chance of surviving. Unless you have 4 friends ready at any time, you won't have a full match, and you can't create groups and go into general matchmaking, making it hard to have a fun time with just 1 or 2 of your friends. This is probably done for fairness towards the killer, but still a feature that is bothersome. The second main con is the balancing issues. The killer is heavily favored, which makes sense for the game, but it doesn't seem like there is an equal chance of each survivor getting out alive. This, combined with the survivor needing to get 10,000 points or more in a match in order to count as a success, tips the balance, considering that the killer only needs to kill 1 person in order for his game to be deemed a success. This makes it so that the killers almost always puppy guard the caught survivor which is on the hook. It's a valid strategy, but it lessens the fun for the survivors and makes the game feel unfair, since there is essentially no penalty for them only focusing on 1 survivor, because if they do, they'll win anyway. The last con are the game modes. There's only 1 so far, and I haven't heard any plans in the near future for more. The game space mode is fun, and its semi-procedurally generated maps help freshen the game, but after a couple matches you lose interest. If the game is going to have a longer lifespan, there needs to be more variety to sustain the consumer's attention. So that wraps up the cons. I'm doing it this way so you guys don't go in an impulse buy as soon as I praise the game, but keep in mind, even with all these cons, my friends and I still love the game, and here are some of the pros to show you why. The gameplay is the first real addiction. The game is super fun and heart-pounding. I haven't played many recent games that pack so many fun, self-made experiences as Dead by Daylight. The matches are relatively quick and fun for both the survivor and killers. You feel like a badass if you're a good survivor, and you feel like a sadistic ass if you're a good killer. The first-person killer and third-person survivor camera angles allow for some cool moments where the killer literally walks inches from you without noticing you. I've had it a couple times where I'm like, oh shit, he's going to see me. Oh crap, I'm dead. And he just walks right by me and I'm like, oh, oh. It's really fun. The second big pro is the feel of the game. The art style is creepy and the locations remind you of all the classic horror movies. The art style reminds me of Telltale Games a bit, with its hard ink art style, which leads me to believe that the game will age well, at least artistically. Each map has a distinctly different look and feel to them, from creepy forests to open cornfields. This, combined with the ever more present part of procedurally generating maps, makes the game feel fresh during short sessions. The last pro are the killers. Each killer plays differently, and each have their own grotesque look to them. I personally like the Trapper and Wraith. The Trapper is probably the most utilitarian of all the killers by being able to plant bear traps at key points on the map to capture or stall the survivors. However, I like to play the Wraith in order to pop behind survivors and freak them out by revealing myself, because the Wraith can become invisible without a cooldown. Overall, Dead by Daylight is a good buy with a price point of $17.99 right now on Steam. There is a lot to enjoy the game. However, if you are on the edge, I might suggest to wait a bit for the game to get more content before buying it. However, if you like the horror genre and games like Evolve, you'll most certainly enjoy Dead by Daylight. I give Dead by Daylight a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed the game so far, and hopefully I can raise the score as the game is given more content. Well, that's all for this review. If you like my video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. If you have any other suggestions for any other video games I should play, or any other videos you would like to see, hit me up on YouTube, or I will also be creating a Facebook page for the YouTube video very soon. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy gaming.